Hello, I'm Dr. Hardgrove, and as promised in the syllabus, this is my introductory video, or an example of an introductory video as required. And I just want to say a couple things before I actually start in the sample introductory video, is that when it comes, if you're going to record on your phone, when it comes to the format, if you want to use horizontal or vertical, either one's okay. You'll notice I have kind of an uncluttered background behind me. There's nothing to distract you from me or from my delivery. I have adequate lighting overhead, and I'm projecting in such a way that the video will capture my voice and I'll be able to communicate quite clearly. I actually have just a very fundamental outline in front of me, which really is just what the assignment says: name, residence, passion. I'm standing, as you would if you were giving a speech, and for oral communication. For this class, it's best if you will stand for your speeches. And you can't see it, but I actually have a podium in front of me as well. Try not to fiddle with it too much. It makes a noise. So, having said all that, I want to start with my 5-minute example of a 5-minute introductory YouTube video that you will upload. My name is Mark Hardgrove, and I was born in Oklahoma, raised in West Virginia, but I've lived in Georgia longer than any place else in my life. I lived in Maine for about 4.5 years, way up north where the Eskimo roam, near Caribou, on Air Force Base, Loring Air Force Base, which has been decommissioned. It's where I met my wife. My first child was born at Loring Air Force Base. I finished my bachelor's degree through the University of Maine at Presque Isle, UMPI, and then left there to pursue my master's degree in seminary. So right now, in fact, since 1994, we've been living in the Atlanta metropolitan area, which was a little bit scary coming from Maine, because I'd grown acclimated to the weather and used to shoveling snow. And the thought of coming down to the south where it's hot and humid, and it is hot and humid, was scary, but you adapt wherever you go. So that's where I live now with my wife of 37 years, 3 adult children, no grandchildren at this point. When it comes to my passion in life, one of the things that I've always enjoyed doing is writing. And because generally your graduate degrees require a lot of reading and writing more than just memorization of facts, it was honestly not that difficult for me to earn my master's and 2 doctorate degrees. And so early on, growing up in West Virginia as a little hillbilly there in the hills of West Virginia, I dreamed of writing. I wrote longhand. That was before, some of you may not know this, there was a time before personal computers, and I hand wrote. To this day, I have 3-ring binders and spiral ring binders with page after page of my writing. And that writing prepared me to go on and to have some things published. And when computers came out with spell check and all of that, it was like a gift from the gods. Like God dropped something down on me that was so handy. Remember, one of my first pieces of technology that really was awesome for me was a self-correct typewriter. I don't know if you ever saw one. It had the little ball on it, and it would beep if you misspelled a word, and it had, it wouldn't spell it right, but it would go back and remove the word, and then you could look it up and type it in. But I got my first computer, was a Radio Shack Tandy color computer, and then I had a 386, then a 486. Anyway, but writing then became much easier, and I'm a minister and I manuscript all of my sermons, so I write constantly. 10-page manuscript every week that's thoroughly researched. And just an example then, I've been published by a publisher, but I learned how to use Kindle Publisher to publish my own works. I'm not sure if this will come out frontward or backward, and that's one of the things you need to think about when you're recording your videos. When you flip your phone around so that you can see yourself on the screen, often what it does is it ends up flipping the words. So sometimes you're going to have to turn your phone around backwards. One of the tricks I used was I would have a mirror on the other side so I could see what I was doing. But these are some of the books that I've written: Get Your Mind Right, The Teachings of Jesus on the Topic of Faith, Faith Works, Stick to the Plan. I've also had many dozens of articles published in different publications. This is one within my own denomination in the church. The title of the article is I Am Who God Says I Am. One of the things I'm proudest of was this particular book, Passion for Work. The editor of this is a dean of a university in Montreal, I believe. And he asked me, saw something I'd written and asked me to write a chapter. And the chapter, and again, I think these are all going to be backwards for you, but Determinants of Work Passion. And this particular book is published by Oxford University Press. So for me, that was a big honor I didn't get to attend Oxford, but I did have their press publish something that I wrote. So writing for me, I get lost in it. Time flies. That's how you know you're passionate about something. Time flies and you look up and an hour has passed and you've been so engaged in what you've done that it didn't seem like work at all. So that's me. I'm Mark Hardgrove from Atlanta, Georgia, and an author and loving it. So that's my introductory video.